Hey everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi, everybody. It's Kat.
Hey, hi, hello, hi,
Feel
hello.
like I'm coming back home.
Oh, look, okay, so I have a position so I'm able to see how we started, and so I was looking at that right now. And it definitely caught us counting in. So that's fun. That's fun. Hey, this morning at 9 a.m. when we did Days for Dummies, we didn't have sound to start with because you weren't with us to remind me to look.
Oh no! But then you realized it though.
But then
The
chat was
chat
like,
told you, huh?
luckily we had chat early enough to be like, hey, because that one started half an hour late.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, oh, look at that, dude. Chandra's here. Hey, Chandra, get out of that waiting room. Good morning. Or afternoon. Oh, gosh, I'm used to it being morning.
Oh yeah, it's way afternoon now, especially for other folks. The
Yes.
afternoon for what is it? It's 5:30.
5:30 over on the East Coast,
Yeah.
6:30 over for Kelly Public.
Oh, public over. Yes.
Yeah. How do I look today? I feel a little schlubby today. A little
You
schlubby.
guys are lucky I don't have pajamas on. I'm telling you, I have not reset
Hey,
since I
Liz.
came back home. Not really.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not
yeah. Well,
really.
hey, we weren't on last week, so we're gonna go jump in straight into that. We're gonna tell you last week we weren't on because we were together in Los Angeles for Day of Days,
Yeah.
a Days of Our Lives fan event that we were invited to.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was super fun. We got to meet a lot of
We
people.
got to meet a lot of people, and a number of those people used to be on General Hospital, or still are. Before
Got
we
to meet
before we
Wally
dive,
Kurth, you
yeah,
guys.
before we dive deep into the last 2 weeks of General Hospital, good luck us who don't remember nothing ever. Um, hey Carolyn, hey Jeannie, look at that. Jeannie's sharing chats because JLJ is on right now. Over on JLJ Media, the GH Mini Spotlight.
Got to meet him in person too last
Yes,
week.
yes, yes. So okay. So from the GH perspective, we ran into Brandon Barash, who used to play Johnny Zakara.
Johnny Sakara,
Yeah.
yes.
We ran into Stephen Nichols, who played Stefan Cassadine. Who else did we
And
run into?
his wife on days. I'm sure a lot of you know his wife on days is Catherine from General Hospital.
Right. So just to
Mary
say,
Beth plays Kayla, his wife, and used to be Catherine.
yes. She wasn't there though. I don't remember seeing Kayla there. Um,
No, Kayla wasn't there.
Gosh, who else? Who else from General Hospital? Of course, Wally Kurth. I was trying to save him for last. Uh, I don't know. I guess that's it.
I don't think anybody else has been on there.
Yeah.
What the heck with the TV? It unfroze itself. What the heck? Mute it and let it run. Okay.
So anyway, so we had a chance to talk to those guys, and we're big GH fans. Did we see Uncle Victor? Asked Chandra. No, no, no,
Oh, we sure wanted to.
no. And Chandra says Catherine Bell smiles. So I think that was the character that fell off the
Yes,
parapet. Yeah.
yes, yes. That was the one that fell off the parapet. The
Yeah.
only casualty of the actually falling off the parapet.
Exactly, and that's something that Stephen Nichols had a good little laugh about. So
Yes.
we're gonna get the transcripts of all of these interviews up on soapoperanews.net. So a few of them are up now. More are coming. I have to work through them. I'm personally myself typing them all up and turning them into a dramatic article. So it takes a little time. Takes a little time to
Sure
get this
does.
stuff done. But keep your eyeballs open to that their Instagram, their Twitter, and also soapoperanews.net itself. Get all your soap opera news, as the website would suggest. Get recaps, spoilers for coming weeks, and updates like Donnell Turner and Taj Bello both graduated from LA Film School last week.
I saw that and I didn't even know they were attending.
No, it's not something that seemed to be talked about ever. Like it hasn't come up in any of the Q&As that we've been at. But who knows? I haven't been to all of these Zoom events or anything like that. So who
No, we
knows?
sure haven't.
Who knows who knew what out
Who
there?
knows who knew what?
Who knows who knew
Yeah.
what? But yeah, they um. Anyway, sorry, got distracted by chat for a second. So yeah, so congratulations to those guys. I discovered it on Instagram. I did it, so I did it. And so I wrote an article real quick and I sent it to Michael, who's the editor of soapoperanews.net. And I said, hey, look at what I found. There's a YouTube video, all that kind of stuff. These two people graduated, wrote a thing. Here's the Instagram post I found. And he goes, oh, yeah, I saw that an hour ago. And I'm like, oh, you're on it. You're on it. You're on it. So I thought I got the scoop. I thought I was ahead of the game, but no. That's
Well, I
how
tell
on
you,
it Michael is.
Michael doesn't get his face out of that screen.
No, he's living
That
on that
much.
website trying to bring
He
you
is.
guys the news
Yes.
as fast as he possibly can through his little fingers. He's so good work, congratulations, and keep it up, Michael. 'Cause,
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh.
soapoperanews.net is great. You're struggling, huh?
I'm struggling a little bit, you guys. If I look wonky, I have a sty. Holy hooded eye, you guys. Come on, this is bad. Holy hooded eye.
Oh,
Yeah. So I got a sty, and
bothersome.
it's bugging the absolute tarnation out of me. My foot's feeling better, and then my eyeballs bother. One's from my body to the other. I hate it.
Ailments. Nothing but ailments.
Ugh.
Oh
So that's
gosh, you're
done
like,
with that
well,
crud.
you know, at least you don't have to worry about,
Anyway, that's
it's
the
not
thing. It's a jacked.
look at that. It just, we're not hiding anything from anybody. You're gonna get the God's honest truth here on the 10th
You
floor,
are for me, man. The good, bad, and the ugly.
and everything in between. A question in here from Chandra. Did you meet Uncle Victor? No. Charles Shaughnessy was not at the Day of Days event. It was kind of focused on, like, I guess, current cast members.
Yeah. Some, the characters that have big story right now, and Uncle Victor doesn't have big story. But in fact, in the 3.5 months I've been watching Days of Our Lives, I've seen him one time for
Yeah,
about a scene or two.
yeah, he was on for a
Not,
day. You
yeah,
know,
he's on for a day, and his character currently isn't living in Salem. So,
he's off being a secret agent. He's being the Anna Devane of Days of
yes.
Our Lives. But no, yeah, we didn't get to meet him, unfortunately. But all kinds of different fun people from Days of Our Lives.
I tell you who else we didn't get to meet, but it was so interesting to see him. So we went to the Day Players. We went
Yeah,
to their concert. Who
yeah.
walks in there?
Justin
Justin
Hartley.
Hartley. When Justin Hartley walks in,
Yeah.
so we'd have to get a chance to meet him, of course. And I'm not going to approach folks too much if they're not at a fan event. I'm gonna really, really, really pay attention.
Keep your eyes open for an opportunity, maybe, but not
Right.
make it a primary thing. Not try to, like, get on the other side of the velvet ropes, so to speak.
Right. I'm not gonna, and not in a million years, I'm going to be intrusive. I'm not going to do that.
No.
So, especially since he was there with his buddies having a
Yeah,
good
he's
time
there.
watching
He's
the
not
concert.
on the show. He's not in the band. He
No,
just knows
no.
Eric Marstall from being on Passions with him.
Yes, they're still good friends.
Yeah,
So
that's
it was
what the
kind of
internet
cool,
says,
though.
at least.
Kind of cool here. Hey, that looked like Kevin from This Is Us. Well, holy smokes, it is.
Yeah. He strolls in, and I see that profile, and I'm like, that could be. And then I'm like, Ma, I think that's Justin Hartley. And you agreed entirely, but he was there, yeah. And then we kept our composure. Okay, we're like, oh, look, how neat. That's Justin Hartley. And then we looked at the stage. Other people in town, other people there saw him and started cheering.
Other people saw him and started cheering. They all whipped out their iPhones and put on the camera and put on the flash and stuff, and put on their flashlight and stuff. They looked like they were trying to get an encore at a concert or something. It's kind of ridiculous in a way.
Oh god,
It's just not my style. I'm not going to do that.
but it was a good time. We had a chance to talk to Wally Kurth, so that was something that we had been looking forward to, because Wally Kurth, he's become a favorite here on the 10th floor, especially since he's on both of the shows that we cover.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of Wally Kurth in our life, and so it was neat to run in to talk to him.
It was.
And you had some personal interactions a little bit off to the side. He gave you some advice on how to block his light.
Yes, he was giving lighting advice. He was. I guess I walked in front of the light a couple of times, and I'm like, he's very apologetic. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. Or like, Wally, this is day one for me. I think you might know what you're doing a little more than me. It's okay.
Just a smidgen more experience in this world than I do.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
take a
He's
lot.
very, very nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
absolutely.
Very nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, and so yeah, again, go to soapoperanews.net when I have all of those. Well, I actually have that one written up. Don't I have that one written up? Yes, I do have that one written up already.
You must be very busy
I'm so
lately.
busy. I'm ridiculously busy. You have no idea. I'm
Yeah.
super busy between work and work and work. And then
Hmm.
also, I try to also expand my horizons out there because I'm working on another YouTube channel about Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, just throwing that out there. It's not going to
Hmm.
be on here because I know most of you don't care at all about what I'm when I have to contribute there. So a whole separate thing. So I'm working on that off to the side. I'm working on soapoperanews.net. I got my day job. I've got the podcasts. We did Day of Days. It's just it's a full existence right now, y'all. And then of
Yeah.
course, there's home. There's time at home. There's birthdays. There's grocery shopping, cooking, traveling, getting to places.
You barely have time to do your laundry, huh?
I just, and then also at the same time, lo and behold, I don't know if anybody else has run into this problem. It might be solely unique to me and me alone. Um, but it seems as though every single time I need to be able to spend money on something, I can't. Uh, you know, and I think that's just a me thing. I'm pretty sure that nobody else has ever experienced that before in their life. So, I'll get over it. Don't worry about me.
Hmm.
Melissa, you are incredibly late. You're the latest you have ever been. We're about to lock. Kidding. We've barely gotten started.
Now, actually, we're the latest we've ever been right now
Yeah,
at 2:45, 3 o'clock.
we started on time for when we said we were going to start.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Part for the most
Yeah.
part. Yes, we did.
Yeah, we
Yes, we
started
did.
on time ish.
Yeah, you guys, I had my Halloween overnight with my grandchildren. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's why we didn't go on. I
The
didn't go on
annual
this morning at
Halloween
11 o'clock.
overnight.
So Matthew did a Days of Days at 9 a.m. with Angela without me, which
I
was
did.
fine and dandy.
I
But
did. It
we
was
had to
super
push
fun.
back this one, and I didn't want to not be on here.
Yeah, so we just pushed this
So,
one back.
the grandchildren are gone now. Mama
Plus,
cat's back.
plus we didn't do GH last week, so we just got so much to cover and nothing to remember. So we're really going to rely on chat
There you go. Lots
to
to say. Don't
just
remember shit.
fill
Oh,
fill
sorry.
fill the chat. Those who usually contribute and those don't, with just things that you liked over the last 2 weeks that you want us to react to and talk about. Because, like I just said, my life is very full. You want me to think about what happened last week? Ha ha! My brain power is figuring out what I'm going to have for dinner.
Yeah. So I don't know. Shall we talk about the Ashford start? They started the alphabet. They start with an A.
Absolutely, we can start with the Ashfords. I'm going to write that down so we know
Okay.
to not go back. Ashfords, because I put TJ as the cover art. Because Cyrus's unknown foil. Someone who might be there to throw a wrench in the works that Cyrus Renaud didn't expect. Could he be the one to catch the bad guy, or the one to allow the bad guy to perish?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, you guys. Well, that tippy tap and that southern draw was a figment of our imagination. It was actually a lollipop sucking deep dude.
So what he was he was dehydrated. He was hungry. He was tortured. He was kidnapped. He blindfolded. He didn't know what was going on. He couldn't see what was doing. TJ wasn't. So he confused the tippity taps of tapping toes with the clickety clack of candy against teeth.
Evidently. It's okay with me, you guys. I love it. I don't mind this at all. I like the idea that TJ's being pulled into this part of the story.
You know what this means?
I love it.
You know what I feel this is? You truly, you know what this, for me, for me.
For you, Matt.
This host of the 10th floor, you know what this is for me?
What?
This is them going, TJ's our longest term contracted member of the Cassadine Molly thing. We can't figure out the Molly situation. We gotta give TJ some story. And we thought it was going to be the surrogacy, but that thing's a dud. What else can we do? They folded him into a GH-style storyline, which is something they really haven't done with this TJ. I don't know what TJ did before I started watching.
TJ before was just pretty much at Kelly's almost all the time.
So I mean, when it comes to like action, adventure, capers, story, TJ, like
grown man TJ.
Even then, like he could have been wrapped into some sort of danger when he was a teenager. I don't know anything about, but like this level of, it's like, how do I compare it? It's like more of a mainstream GH storyline, one that
Mm-hmm.
is bigger and more important to the entire canvas than just TJ's life.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's good to see. That's exciting to
It
see.
is good to see you. So very happy for Taj.
Yeah, and so he might watch Austin kill this man, and then afterward be like, "I just watched somebody kill a man, and I did nothing about
You guys, what kind of crazy cuckoo's nest thing was that?
it." Right? One flew right over Mason's cuckoo
I,
nest.
yeah, I'm very curious. I if TJ just looks through the crack of those blinds and doesn't react and doesn't go in the room and doesn't interrupt at all, that is not TJ we've ever met.
Well, this is the TJ that's going to be like, you know what, Christina, you're a horrible person. How dare you ever talk to Molly? You know,
So, TJ Ashford that we've seen all these years should be busting through that door to not to save Mason, to just not let a man die.
well, I mean, and that's the crux. That's the fun. That's the question of what are we going to get, because you can
Mm-hmm.
make the choice where TJ does nothing, so long as that folds into the plot. If he has some sort of crisis afterward,
Mm-hmm.
then that could be really good, juicy, good content. And GH, they got to torture a character at some point.
Sure do,
They
don't
can't
they?
just not torture a character. So, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's good to
And
see.
what did you think? And what did you think? We talk about all the Ashfords.
Hmm.
What did you think about Portia's reaction to Cyrus? I thought she let him have it pretty good considering they were in a public place.
Yeah, yeah. So, he pretty much just sauntered up like, "Hey, you, remember that thing? That little transgression that I might have made against your family. Sorry."
Remember when I threatened your daughter's life right
Yeah,
in
we're
front of
gonna
your
show a
face?
flashback of it and everything.
They sure did.
Oh my
I did.
goodness. Jeannie has a very, very, very interesting question about TJ and his time with the Gatling gang. And she
What's
wants
that?
to know if he was hurt beyond physically and emotionally, hurt in a way, hurt in ways that one really likes to give permission for after dinner and a drink. Um, and I don't think so. That's not really a vibe I'm getting.
That's not the vibe I'm getting either. But I remember though, they tortured the heck out of him, and
They
when they
did.
let him go, they just dumped him in the driveway
They
of
definitely beat the tar out of
General
him.
Hospital. They beat the tar out of him and
Eh,
held him prisoner for some time.
Yeah,
And when they did let him go, they just like kicked him out of the car like a puppy they didn't want.
he had to recover at the hospital too. There was a couple of days
Did
of healing and recovery. So when it
there
was time to
was.
let him go, no, I don't know. So I guess we might get flashbacks and details now that we're exploring this, and he remembers. I remember. You know, um,
Well, you remember pretty good on
he
Friday.
did. He did.
Yeah, they even went and spoke to Jordan.
He did. He did. And she's like, great. I believe you wholeheartedly. There's no doubt in my mind that this is 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta prove it.
I thought, yes, I expected her to say all that legality stuff, like like the chief of police. But I expected a bigger mother response. That's
Mm-hmm.
her kid
Yeah.
standing there telling her that. She should be
Well,
on fire right away.
maybe it's time for him to grow up and stand up on his own feet and be his own man to get his own revenge.
For something like that, no.
It doesn't
Something
matter
like
how
that,
old your
no.
kid is. You could be 96 years old and you get up with your cane and just be
That's
like,
right.
"Sure, let's
I'll
go
be
get him."
trying to hunt you down. Something crazy like that, and I know exactly who it is. And right now they're laying there vulnerable. I'd be pulling straws to get in there with Austin. What I'd be doing.
You hold this half of the pillow down. I'm gonna hold the other half of the pillow down, and he's not gonna be able to get up.
Mhm. Maybe
Chandra
I would do
agrees.
something crazy, crazy to him. Who knows,
Chandra
man? I'd go in there and
totally
do some.
agrees. She's 100% in agreement with Mama Cat when it comes to that. Just, just attack.
Like I don't know. I thought about that scene. Since he's laying in the bed, I'm cuckoo, you guys. I thought about that scene in that. What's it called? Mercy. Remember and James Caan's laying in the bed. Kathy Bates whacks him.
Misery. Yes.
Hey,
you want some broken ankles?
Mason's hurt. His back hurting. He needs drugs so bad. He's very vulnerable. Like that. I'm just crazy.
Sledgehammer and a block of wood. My goodness.
I'm just crazy.
My goodness.
Anyway, I just thought that Jordan's response to her child being hurt in that way, and him knowing who it was, I just thought I would have a little more. I thought her response, yes, would have stayed controlled, but you would see a real a fire underneath all that control. Like, maybe you would by her physical and facial response, you would know that Jordan was going to do something.
Maybe it was a quiet response.
Maybe.
And 53. I don't know if I've ever seen you contribute to the chat before. So hello, Anne. Hi. Anne wants to know, do you think someone will murder Mason if there will be a mystery whodunit? I think someone will murder Mason. I don't think there's going to be a mystery about who did it.
I don't think there's going to be. I think Mason his days are numbered.
I think he might be dead coming Monday.
He might. Austin may be successful in smothering him. He's going to give him he might give him the cuckoo's nest. He might.
Maybe.
I think that I don't necessarily think he's going to be smothered. I think something's going to happen to have that. But I do think that Mason's going to be dead Mason will be dead a week after Halloween.
He's not surviving sweeps.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be part of sweeps. Wouldn't it be cool? This is what GH should have done if they're not. He should die on Halloween by the hands of somebody in a costume.
Ooh, then you can pepper in a little bit of a whodunit. Even if it's just for the episode, he dies at the beginning of the Halloween episode, and by the end, somebody takes off the mask.
That would be super fun.
That would be super fun, and I don't. They could get a version of the Scream costume.
I thought of that too. I thought about that too. The Scream costume, and Halloween is just Tuesday. Yeah. That means he still dies early in the week.
We could have been doing it. We could be doing it right now. We could have been doing it. So this is Anne's first time in the chat. She found out about the show on Twitter. So,
hi, Anne.
Hey, good.
We've been doing this forever. We're sure happy you're here.
Well, I mean, I don't know how recently. She could have found out about it 3.5 years ago. She just decided to chat the first time. But now she's sucking all the attention away from me, and I'm the star, Anne. Me. Okay.
And we Anns have to stick together. That's my middle name. Of course it is. I was born in the 60s. What else would it be?
Yeah,
Anne.
Right. Chandra thinks that maybe Mason should go out choking on a lollipop. Getting greedy with the Halloween candy, she says.
I like that.
Oh, my goodness gracious. They have to do a better murder mystery than the Hook Killer. Also, says Chandra, and it's true. I mean, the hook was satisfying at the end because we got Heather Weber out of it, but yes. But the end did not justify the story.
No.
But whatever.
No, I don't think what the story of the Hook had the same ending when they started writing it as it had by the end.
I'm not entirely sure they had an ending.
Maybe not. They might have been winging it a tiny bit.
They might have been.
But I did like that it was Heather.
Yeah. And don't be intimidated. I was just kidding earlier. I don't want you to feel like I'm the star, because I'm not. You are. You really are. It's true. You probably remember.
The chat is our third host. What are you talking about, right?
Just, I don't know. I feel bad. Sometimes I don't want somebody to think I'm being serious. Chances are, if something's coming out of my mouth and I'm not talking in my serious tone, which you'll know, I can't do it when I'm not being serious, but you can tell.
Yeah.
I hope so, at least.
So what else?
We were transitioning into talking about Jordan, because we're handling the Ashfords to start off.
Yes, we're handling the Ashfords, and there's a lot of them.
There's a number of them. So we talked about TJ, so we're good there. We talked about Jordan, really, because that's pretty much all she did. Jordan got this job and slept with Zeke and then disappeared.
I think last last week, and we didn't cover last week. I think last week she sat down with Anna and had lunch.
Okay, but friendly catch up.
And yeah, for a friendly catch up. Yeah.
Yeah. Mama Cat is the star, says Melissa. Thank you so much for setting the record straight. It's true. It's true. And sometimes your dad pops in like Kramer.
Yes, sometimes he does.
Hello, Jerry. Hey.
And most of the time he stays on his feet.
Nathan Banks is here. Nathan Banks. Hey, Nathan.
I think we've seen Nathan in there before.
Oh, definitely. And he,
Definitely.
Nathan is a Twitter follower as well.
And how dare it? We're going to talk about him separately, but how dare it, Cyrus, because we're still talking about the Ashfords.
Of course.
Talk to Portia, up in her business, trying to talk to her at the hospital, rattling her cage a little bit, and then goes to that art gallery.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm just going to go like quietly torture the Ashfords today. That's my plan. The Robinsons, excuse me. I'm going to go quietly torture the Robinsons. I'm going to go be like, hey, Portia, so sorry. Get out. Don't, restraining order. You are not welcome in my line of sight. Leave.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to go to the art gallery. Hey, Trina. Oh my god.
And that was another subdued response, I thought. Really? I mean, I know there's the history of Cyrus and Spencer at jail. And I know that Spencer has some sort of regard for his Uncle Cyrus that he wouldn't have had if they weren't in prison together at one point. But he should have been more upset too.
Well, I mean,
Cyrus had no business going to that gallery, and he probably knew that Trina was in there alone. He had no business going in that gallery. He went in there to intimidate her and scare her.
Well, yeah, of course. It's Cyrus.
Terrible.
He walked out of that when he was dying. Remember when he was dying and he was in jail and dying? And then he was in hell jail too.
Yes. Hell jail was funny.
And then Laura was there to be like, you piece of work. And he left, right? And then I was excited, but I was excited for the wrong reasons. All right? I wasn't excited because Cyrus was on his path of redemption. No, it doesn't seem as though this angelic Cyrus walked out of that cage, but indeed the demon walked out.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's there to intimidate. He's there to cause problems. He's there to manipulate goodwill.
Well, first we said the hateful ponytail, and then we had I
don't know. We changed it.
We can't call him the faithful fade now because he certainly is not that.
No, not at all. Because he's not. Well, I mean, he is being faithful, but in a bad interpretation.
Very much so.
A dark interpretation of the word. And so, yeah. Jason Jose. Hello, Jason. First time that I know of. Jason, hey. Trina stood up to Cyrus big time, they say.
I thought she did too. I thought she did. Trina has a lot of Trina. I love that Trina has so much confidence, and she doesn't edit herself as a young woman of only 22, 23 years old.
She's going to tell you. She's going to tell you right now. You can't stop her from telling you. She's going to tell you.
No. It's one of those things. And she's also not all that forthcoming and, telling you things you didn't ask about either. She's not like that.
No.
But if you put her into a corner, or if you actually pull her into the conversation where you're asking her opinion, one of those things that people say, you don't want an honest answer, just don't ask.
Don't ask me if you don't want me to tell you the truth. And when it comes down to it, Trina might be the most truthful character, the one most dedicated to being honest.
Oh, I think so too.
Of everybody. And you can compare still, like the good ones. Spinelli, Spinelli's life is lies, but it seems that Trina wants to avoid it. She's even like, oh great, let's use this evidence. We can't, not yet. She's like, but why? What are we waiting for? Well, it could be fake. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If it's fake, then let's not use it. That's dumb. Spencer, don't be dumb. Throw it away. Spencer, you didn't throw it away, did you? No.
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 No, I didn't. We're going to hold on to it until the writers are really back in full swing. which is in. So we won't be long now, really, because
I think
this it's
the writers have been back at work. They're going into their fourth week, I guess, being
yeah.
back.
Well, somebody keep your eyes open for us because I'm not going to remember to look. But when they start broadcasting writers' credits again, we'll know that the main staff is back. So let us know when that happens because I'm really never going to remember to look. I try to look for Fido's name and I still never remember to look and read the credits as they're coming through, which I should do as a member of the media, a well-respected peer of people like Michael Fairman. I feel as though that maybe I should read credits more often.
Yeah,
'Cause
I actually started paying more attention to them.
yeah, we including the day of days. We get to talk to all of these former GH stars or current GH stars and Wally Kurth's whatever word. Moving on. We did our little booth. Our little section was set up right in between Soap Hub and Michael Fairman, and we had a great time talking to both of those entities throughout the day as well.
Yes, we did. Yes,
we
did.
just whoa, the winds are back in Los Angeles, folks.
Feels like fall finally there.
It seems to have made the turn just before Halloween. It's like
Yeah.
it's like
Here too.
I don't know, the Earth is detecting the time change is coming. They're like, oops,
Yeah.
we're
Tomorrow
a little behind.
I think we have a high of 69, 68 for the next week.
Yeah.
So
it's not
going to be 100 degrees anymore.
Yay! So when I say that I'm a well-respected member of the soap press and a peer of Michael Fairman, I mean it.
Yes.
Oh goodness!
It was so great to be invited to that.
He remembered the fact that I asked questions, like thought-provoking, interesting questions at the conventions, and so that was rewarding. It was,
It was, I'm sure.
Yeah. Jeannie's having the issues too. Santa Ana is going on down here in SoCal. Well, tell Santa Ana to calm down.
So we didn't see. Went back to the Ashfords. So we didn't really see Marshall too much this week, did we?
No. We did see Stella. Stella just continuing to do her thing, continuing to just be a beacon of light all throughout Port Charles. No longer in a situation of crazy judgment.
Save Felicia's tail for the $12,000 procedure.
The last time she was maybe she learned her lesson. The last time she was in the middle of nonsense and judgment and all that kind of stuff, the whole Trina thing came out. And so maybe she's just like, oh, okay, let me just go to work for a while. I think I'm just going to go to work.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I like this. I find this Aunt Stella was so much more refreshing than the old Aunt Stella, because the old Aunt Stella was just too much judgment, too much secrets and judgment.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't really like her now. This run of Aunt Stella, I'm liking her pretty good.
Yeah. She's been good, and it's been a nice little extended run for Stella. She's been on for a little bit longer than usual. So SAG strike.
Yeah, she's usually taken off to England again by now.
I think she does another show. I don't know what other show it is, but I think she does another show, like a primetime. I don't know. I don't think it's on a broadcast network. I think it's a cable network.
And it's certainly not filming now, is it?
Well, not currently, no. So I think that she just might have more availability right now than usual. And so they're taking advantage of that. And I think that's good.
I think that's good too. I kind of, I've given up on Aunt Stella being Curtis's mom. Now I don't think so.
There's no need.
But I don't want to, I certainly don't want to see be a big love scene at all. But I do want to see Aunt Stella and Marshall like each other.
Since it's a soap opera, yes.
In a cute, just charming little way. Yeah. I would love to see it.
Yeah, if in real life, they can be friends. It's always good to have an example of men and women who can just be good friends. But since this is daytime, this is love in the afternoon.
Yes.
Let's have it.
I like it.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Rachel, hey
so
Rachel.
The only Ashford we didn't talk about was Curtis.
Well, he's in a wheelchair.
And he's doing better. He seems to be doing better about it. He's not feeling so sorry for himself. I thought he's doing better.
We have another new chat contributor, Ma. Rachel Williams. At least this is, I don't remember Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Hey, Rachel. Rachel ships Marshall and Phyllis.
Marshall
Phyllis.
and Phyllis
Yeah.
as his mom.
No, ship. Just
Oh,
not as Kurt. Not, it has nothing to do with Curtis.
okay.
Just them being in love, going on dates, being cute together, being wise, old people, holding hands in Christmas time in the fake
I
snow
not that
or the
there's
real
anything
snow.
wrong. There's nothing. There's anything wrong with it, but I just see so much. I see Phyllis like his mom or another aunt. It's too May December for me, even though I'm not against that. You want to date whoever you want to date, but for me, I just don't want to see it.
Then you don't ship them.
I don't ship
You
them.
don't ship them. It's all right.
You know
Not
what
every
I ship
ship is
for
for
Phyllis?
everybody, but there's a
You
lot
know
of
what
room.
I ship for? This is what I ship for
Lenny.
Phyllis, and an episode or two or three or four and a paycheck. That's what I ship. That's what I want to see.
uh, a reasonable recurring status and a couple thou.
Ah,
Oh goodness, they did do a chem test, says Chandra. They did do a chem test with Marshall and Phyllis at Charlie's, but nothing came of it. Maybe they
now
can't stand each other.
I see that. I see that. I see that happening. I
Mm.
could see that happening.
Oh well,
But
I
I
mean,
just,
we
I
we were
just,
talking
I
about Marshall and Phyllis the whole time. You somehow confused Marshall for Curtis, and I
I
still love the
did.
fact that you gave an opinion though, because it
I
is a May
did.
December and it
I
would be
don't know
awkward.
why. Why did I do that?
I don't know, but that's okay. Because it's been a long weekend. You had a lot of candy with the kids. I'm sure it
Why did I
sucked a
do that?
lot of
It's like
energy away
I
from you.
heard you say Curtis. I don't
It's all
know.
right. It's all right. What did the
I'm
kids dress
crazy.
up like anyway? Hermione Granger, right? Hermione Granger and some sort of a Fortnite character and Wednesday
Yeah,
Adams, right?
yeah.
Good times.
But we didn't do Halloween stuff while they were here last night.
Oh,
We
you
did
just hung out.
Halloween like crafts, and we made some Halloween, but we didn't go anywhere that we needed a costume.
Ah, I see. Well, you got real Halloween coming anyway.
Man, why did I think that? I'm going crazy, y'all.
Yeah.
Why did I hear that?
Yeah.
Anyway,
There we go. Anyway, so yeah, so Rachel, there we go. We're amending the answer. Marshall and Phyllis Ma is all four. She just for some reason got Curtis in her mind because she can't get Donnell Turner out of her mind. Is pretty much how that works.
or why not?
100% Rachel, 100% Rory's original hook. So in any case, in any way, shape, or form, it would be fun to see them. Phyllis would be great. Melissa wants Phyllis to be Nika's long lost relative. More Nika, more story, more happiness and love out there. And then at that point, we can have a family that isn't connected to the Ashfords. Because since the Robinsons
Yes.
and Ashfords got married, they're molded into one family now.
Or maybe, well, no, that would make her an Ashford. We don't want that. I was going to say maybe that if Zeke came back to town, Nika could, date Zeke, but no, that would make her part of the Ashford Robertsons. Then we want a separate family.
Yeah, just a different
Yeah.
last name out there. Just a different last name. It would be great to see more Zeke though. I would like to see him come back. I thought that he was interesting. Anyway, so that's the Ashfords. We got other stuff. We could talk about them cues. How about them cues? You want to talk about them cues?
Sure.
Sure. Great. All right. Lois is not a Quartermain.
No, Lois is not a Quartermain.
No. She's a Cerulo.
No. Yes, she was. Yeah.
Lois Cerulo.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it fun? You like reading stuff? Are you having a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah.
It is fun. It is fun. She comes
Yeah.
up every week
And
for Best Dressed. It's soapoperanews.net. We talk about it. We
uh,
vote and we talk about it. We decide who's the best dressed. She comes up every week now because her outfits
she's
are just so
yeah,
bold.
I think that, even though it's been so long since she's been on the show, I think that she jumped right back into Lois pretty easy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was an easy role to return to Ms.
I think
Zilpha.
so. And I love her accent. I love Olivia's accent. Um, and I love the fact that Brooklyn kind of has that accent
It's
when she's talking
so
to her mom.
crazy,
It's
right? I
cute.
tweeted that earlier this week. I noticed that when Brooklyn is when Amanda Setton I don't know if it's a conscious choice or if it's just coming out, because I think Amanda Sutton is also from the New York area.
Uh-huh.
Um, it, it just started.
Well,
It just leaking. Just leaks out. It just gets so thick.
but it's, but to me, it's quite believable because when I spent time with my dad, who sounded very country all the time,
Mm-hmm.
I did that when I spent time with
Just
him.
started getting all nasally.
It's just started getting there.
Just started getting there. Just started happening.
You
Yeah,
know?
I feel like if we were to hang out with Adam Huss in Long Island, which he's going to Long Island for a fan event, which is where he's from. It's Long Island. I feel
Mhm.
like if we were to be around him in that environment, that accent would get pretty thick pretty quick.
I imagine so. I imagine so.
Carolyn says that Lois is a hoot, and it is, and she is.
I love it, and I love the whole stuff with Tracy and Lois in Brooklyn. And chime in with a little Brooklyn too. I love it.
I mean,
I love
so Tracy somehow turning around and presenting her heart of gold. You know,
it. Yeah,
as Tracy does from time to time, she's like, "Oh, by the way, this whole time I was doing this for you, Brookie. You can have
yeah,
this business; it is yours now. Also, on top of that, don't fire Sasha. It's wrong. Bye,
yeah, yeah. And I'm screwing over Lucy because she deserves
because
it.
she deserves it. People are out there criticizing a little bit. Oh, how does people out there. You know how we got those nitpickers, those people that really try to compare soap reality to real reality. And they're trying
Uh-huh.
to figure out how it is that Tracy was able to get 51% of a publicly traded company. And they figured the SEC needs to be called and to figure out exactly how this, how this happened.
No, and the I guess who really got hurt by it, uh, in Tracy's eyes, would be I've taken a little away from Maxie. I don't think she feels great about that,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
I don't think it
I don't know.
bothers her
Maxie's kind
much.
of pretty much untouched, right? She went after Lucy's ownership. Nothing about Maxie's.
No, but do you think Maxie's share stayed the same
I would think so.
at 51%?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. I guess it all depends on how it all shook down and shook
I was
around.
just thinking that that perhaps Lucy didn't really have that high a
I don't
percentage
know. I don't know. I mean,
to
I
begin
would I
with.
would assume that she had controlling interest,
You
controlling
would think
shares.
so. You would think so.
So,
But maybe
that could
it
be
was
anywhere.
distributed a little more evenly and she wasn't so far ahead of everybody else.
I mean, it's possible that she had 75% and 25% has been shaken
Because
and stirred
there was
around there.
Maxie had some, or Brooklyn had some,
Sasha had
Sasha,
some.
Lucy, Maxie.
It was the four of them, I think, that took it all public. I don't know. When
Yeah,
it comes to it's like minutia, detail for a different type of show.
that's
Like
true.
or a different type of story.
Yeah,
If it was about their loss because of Tracy, then that
yeah,
stuff
I
might be
see.
more detailed and
Well,
explored.
that Tracy, even when she's doing something good, she
She
got to
got to
do
she
it
got to do
Tracy
it in a bad
style.
way. She can't do
Yeah,
a good
and
thing a good way. She's got to do a good thing a bad
she
way.
was just channeling her dad. Actually, I'm going to do this great thing for my granddaughter. She's going to be very grateful and love me very much for it. And at the same time, I'm going to get that 1% away from that red wedding dress wearing woman.
Yes, red wedding dress. Earlier today on Days for Dummies, we said that the Demira daughters are far more dangerous than the Demira sons. And I think that might have worked out with the Quartermains as well. I know we don't have Alan to compare to anymore,
Right.
but Tracy would always, I mean, goodness.
Well, Alan always rejected the Quartermain. I don't ever remember
He
him
wasn't a
working for
business guy.
ELQ. I
No.
don't remember him ever working there. Maybe if he did for short spells that I don't
Hmm.
recall.
Yeah.
But Alan was a doctor
Yeah. Yeah. He
and chief of
curious.
staff and everything.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that
He
was his
was
thing.
he was
ELQ
never
was
around
not his
ELQ.
thing.
It was
That
his
was
dad's
Ned's
thing.
thing.
Yeah. When
It
it
was
still is
Ned's thing.
Ned's thing. And so also we found out over the last 2 weeks that Brooklyn doesn't have a trust fund. She just has stock.
Mm-hmm.
And that also broke the internet. They could the internet the nitpickers couldn't compute that. They didn't quite understand how that could be. How could you not have a trust fund but also be worth so much money at the same time? And come to think of it,
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think of a good logical answer to that, as I do. And when I think about Quartermains and their troubles and their woes and their money, it's always about shares. He has shares. They're coming in shares. Shares are going to be redistributed. which historically,
same over there in Salem with the Damaris, right?
to a degree, yeah. So so historically, it seems to me that the Quartermains are ELQ, and also when it comes to Lila's pickles and stuff. So if ELQ is no longer money, then the Quartermains have nothing. There is no savings. There's no big bank in the Cayman Islands with $1 billion of profit. There is the business, and that is it. That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I'll have to make some pickles again.
I really like the set they're using for the Quartermains now, and it's not just in living room or just in the parlor anymore. They got that sunroom, family room,
they mixed it up.
kitchen. I like it. They've never had that before on for the mansion, that I remember having a kitchen set.
Yeah,
That's a legitimate set now.
Yes, a legitimate set with a legitimate new butler named Yuri.
Yeah,
he's full on. He's full on the help at the house now, isn't he?
That's what it appears to be.
It's it's so funny because I remember him being on that set before, doing scenes before, and it was after the whole Peter got bonked in the head by Felicia and died. And I remember him being there, but not in like suit and tie. Let me get this door for you, Mr. Quartermain. Not with thatness.
I think he's there not as a caregiver, but I think he's there as an assistant to Monica almost all the time.
Maybe. I don't know. They weren't really said exactly. He just,
No, and they don't show him answering the door.
No. But he's clearly on staff, and it's fun.
Yes.
It's fun.
Yes.
Sandy loves you.
And Cody's back on staff too. He's out there with Trigger now.
Yeah. He's like, I didn't know if I'd keep this job. Yeah, I don't think they're going to fire you over helping Sasha.
Mama Q wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah, Mama Q wouldn't let it happen.
Yep. And I'm glad that Sasha's not leaving.
Yeah. She doesn't need to go. She needs to fix her life. She can't be like, okay, great, I've got my Emmy reel, I'm out.
Yeah, she'll definitely wind up being with Cody, and I'm all for it. I like his pairing way better than the Brit pairing they had.
And this whole story that Cody and Sasha just finished was launched from Sasha stabbing Cody because she thought he was Cyrus, and Cyrus is now back in town. So we got room for the next story to begin. Oh my gosh,
what if Cyrus runs into Sasha?
And then she stabs him with a spork. Starts scratching him.
I hope someone tells her before she sees him, where she doesn't question her own psyche thinking she's seen him again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like someone tells her that he's out, that he's released before she actually runs into his own gnarly butt.
Yeah, somebody needs to inform her.
Oh, and I can't. And Laura's pissed. When Laura pissed at Scotty.
Oh my God! Yes. The whole town was actually kind of mad at him.
She treated him like a little brother. That's not that much younger than you, I thought she was gonna pick him up grab him by his ear, grab him by the top.
Drag him over to Cyrus. Drag him over, drag him back to the jail, and be like, "You tell them to put Cyrus back in here. You get Cyrus back. You return what you've taken."
So I'm looking forward to her having her first run in with brother Cyrus being released.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And then Marty, his yellow streak. Just I said, well, let's talk about the Quartermains. We talked about like people who aren't Quartermains the entire time. We talked about Yuri. We talked about Cody. We talked about Lois. Said nothing about Eddie. Said nothing about Brooklyn. Brooklyn's fine. I don't know. I feel like Brooklyn is in this kind of like this middle part. This middle area where I don't know. I don't feel like she's got the strongest direction currently. She's got the boyfriend. She's got this thing going on here with deception, but none of this stuff is like what she's doing.
No, not really.
So, and then I know Lois is there, and then she's got the music career going, and got Blaze kind of warming up. But she's, like I said, she's just kind of in the middle of whatever's coming next with her.
What's going on with it? This Blaze has gotten a lot of character growth in the last 3 weeks.
She's going to be somebody.
She's going to be somebody.
She's going to be somebody. So too. She's going to be somebody.
She's like, I don't know. She's the right age for her. She could be Lila Ray.
I mean, so yeah, that's what Twitter was saying, Lila Ray. But my whole thing about that is, wouldn't somebody know this?
You would think so.
Wouldn't somebody know this? You know, if like she's
You
working
would
for
think so.
Brooklyn, and if
Well, I'm
Brooklyn would
figuring.
be like, "Oh, so what's your real name? It's not Blaze." And she's like, "Lila Ray Alcazar." That's freaking Sky's daughter, right?
Yeah,
But I feel like Brooklyn would be able to recognize this person.
you would think so.
She has to have seen a
You
picture of her
would
somewhere.
think so. You would think so.
Yeah.
Last time, I think the last time we saw Lila Ray, she was about, I don't know, chat. What do you guys think? 6 or 7 last time we saw her? And it was for just a quick, but like, being on there, more
Mm-hmm.
like Donna size, maybe. Last time we saw Lila Ray.
I don't know. I don't know. Melissa Loud says, "Am I the only one who thinks that Blaze is actually Lila Quartermain?
Yeah,
Like Anna Lee?
No, she's meaning the same person.
Oh, gotcha. That would lead to Alcazar line. Okay, same person. Okay.
And she wouldn't actually, even though, yes, legally she's a Quartermain, but she's not a Quartermain at all.
No, she's a Chandler.
She's a Chandler.
She's a Chandler. Come on. That's the only reason I want it. Yeah, I don't know. I just when it comes down to it, like I get it because Ted King apparently is on his way back and will be. So I don't know. I don't know anything, but I remember months ago there was a Ted King. He's had a meeting. So if that's the case, and he's on the way, then the door is open for something like that.
It is, and we have seen a lot of growth for Blaze. Last time, we saw Blaze, she was kind of, after the whole Link thing wrapped up, we pretty much didn't see her no more. And then after, when Chase decided he didn't want to sing anymore, we didn't see Blaze anymore.
No.
And now she popped up.
Now she's
there. And they've done a pretty good job of how they sequenced her back in, because she reached out to Brooklyn looking for a manager. So that was the start of her coming
She's somebody, back. Even if she isn't an Alcazar, even if she isn't Lila Ray, she's somebody.
Yeah, and they talked to her about the deception thing. I think they're going to wind up having 2 faces of deception.
Sure, might as well. And then there's going to be tension as Blaze tries to push Sasha out, but not by making her crazy.
No. And I think Blaze and Christina will continue to grow.
Yeah. They're definitely folding Blaze into the canvas here.
So yes,
in better ways than they did Rory. Poor guy. Better ways than they did. Well,
see, her run as Blaze is almost the entire run of Rory already.
Right. Well, she also got two things. All right. So what she had that Rory didn't have was direction. All right. So they brought in Blaze because they had one purpose. Here's the singer. Tested well. They liked her. She's an actress. She's something. They decided it works. So they bring her back in with far more intention. Rory didn't have any intention other than being that soda pop boyfriend.
Yes.
Except for maybe being the hook killer, but they didn't get that far.
I don't know. Maybe Rory was just a filler character to give Trina someone to have some kind of interaction with before Spencer came back.
I think Sandy says she'll be the voice of deception. So we'll have the face of deception and the voice of deception.
That's perfect.
There you go, Sandy. Good work, Sandy.
Yeah. So they'll both wind up being.
See, these chat contributions are just too good to not read. Yet in a perfect world, I'd never read a single one of them, make all of you people pay for it. But I'm not going to do that because it's just too good. No. It's just too good.
You guys really are the third host.
But, if you do feel generous, you may absolutely donate to the super chat, which is the little heart button with the little dollar sign in it. Did you know that 15% of that we give out to charity? This is going to be the last podcast that we give it to attendanceworks.org, because starting in November, we're going to be giving it to somewhere else.
We are.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for the heart reaction. That was very nice. I love you people. I do. Officer Soda Pop was a dud. It's true. Anyway, so Eddie, Eddie's great. Eddie, love Eddie, love Lois, love all of that. I'm just, when it comes down to it, at this point, I'm just excited to see the end of this story, not because I'm ready for it to end, but because I'm excited to see the ending of it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think Quartermain Thanksgiving this year is going to be so fun and so funny. And because there's, sometimes a Quartermain house gets a little sparse with people. It's full right now. Quartermain Thanksgiving pizza is going to be wonderful with Lois and Olivia there and everything. And even Yuri's going to be there. It's going to be wonderful.
It might be a time of major change.
It might be.
And
what if Jason bust in through the door?
Wouldn't that be something? That would be something crazy. Oh my gosh! Like how if Steve Burton is somehow on set right now, I don't know how they would keep that a secret. By the way, Soap Opera News is in the chat. I don't know if this is Michael or Angela, but they contributed. They think they know who. They think they know who. I don't remember what we were talking about at the time, but they think they know who.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Oh, what, guys?
I wish I could recall, but when I do these shows, I just talk. I don't really remember exactly what I said after I've said it. It's just a stream of consciousness. Not really. I'm not paying too close attention. It could be dangerous. It is Angela.
Hey, Angela.
Visit soapoperanews.net.
Yep. So who else, Matt?
Oh, well, we
talked about all those crazy cues.
Let's see here. Alex Kyriakis and Teresa. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong note. Let's see here. Tracy and Deception. Tracy's just a joy, and just can we? Tracy could lead a show. She could have an hour of just her, and I would watch it. Let's see. Selena Wu. What is she preparing for? I feel like she's been preparing to take over Sunny's territory for like the last 3 years.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a Cyrus Selena Wu meeting in the next few days.
Yeah, I would think so.
Mm-hmm.
I see, Cyrus, now that you have been released from jail. I have been. Maybe there's an opportunity for us to take Sunny Corinthos out. That's not my lifestyle anymore, Selena. I don't know how I would be able to help you. Why don't you take this Bible? And he gives her a Bible, and inside the Bible, secret plans to take out Sunny.
Exactly.
Oh,
that's funny.
That's
gosh. Funny.
Oh my god! See, so Cyrus, Chandra's like, Cyrus, Reverend Uncle Non-Ponytail. I can't wait to discuss him. The thing is about Cyrus, he is discussable the entire show.
So, but
he talked to everybody.
The one answer we don't have, though, still, guys, is Pikeman, right?
Not in any clear form, but
not clearly.
Maybe that's been taken over by a return to Cyrus.
Maybe.
Because I remember, now this is old news, so I can say it, because I remember we were hanging out with somebody a few months ago at the convention, and they're like, I'm unclear about this Pikeman thing. I don't really know who, like it was a what, and that became a who, and now it's a what again. I'm just unclear. And so since that person was unclear, I figure they don't know either, and it's a danger of just being done and taken over by the Gatlin gang.
Yeah, or just something really out of left field that no one sees coming.
It's Alcazar.
For something, super exciting.
Maybe we will see.
We've been talking about Pikeman for too long, not for be something cool. Right?
Yes. See, Chandra. See, the chat's just pulling me. Because she's like, Cyrus is the best. He's a social butterfly, says Melissa. And then like,
oh, wait till his sister. I'm sorry, keep touching my eye. You guys are bugging the crud out of me. That Sty is.
Anyway, I was trying to talk about Miss Wu though. Sorry.
Yeah.
So she's got plans. She's got plans. Clearly, the Savoy is at the center of these plans. And then Sunny's like, "Why didn't you tell me anything?" She's like, "You didn't really need to know, did you?"
And she, I don't think he was confrontational enough with her at all.
Everybody was just far too soft these couple of weeks.
Yes, I did. I thought everybody was not assertive enough.
Well, it's a good guy, Sunny. He's just like, hey, everything's fine. I'm just gonna love people into law.
And so, well, in the last big storyline we got, is of course Nina and Sunny and their wedded bliss.
Yeah. I mean, Cyrus is scary. I still want to say how scary he is. He yelled at Mason. You know, you
He did.
know, he did. He did. It's just so weird seeing him with this very different look now. It's not the suit and the long hair and the power beard. Like he walks up
Mhm.
and he's just in the windbreaker,
Yeah,
just like,
little
hi,
leather windbreaker
hey,
kind of overcoat thing on
hello, it's
with the
me.
jacket.
It's
Yeah,
me, Cyrus.
regular dude.
Just a regular guy. Relax. Relax. Sonny's not her boss, says Soap Opera News. He can keep the bass out of his voice while talking to her. Sonny is her boss, okay? Opinions about Sonny Corinthos notwithstanding. Sonny is the mob boss of Port Charles.
Well, that's what he's trying to keep. That's what he's
It's
been trying to
definitely.
keep all these years. And
You don't know the chaos it would be in
but
these streets if it wasn't for me.
I didn't think he was upset about her enough. I didn't think he was. I didn't think he really talked to her, Selena, harshly at all. He should have been more mad about his cousin, all that crud. Sonny should be mad as hell about that garage because to me that's a family business, and Selena stole it from him through his wackadoodle stupid cousin.
I mean, so maybe
That shouldn't be okay.
maybe he just isn't applying enough blame to Selena for the situation, because the whole drugging thing and the Dr. Rudolph or Randolph or whoever it was, not
Mhm.
Randolph, because that's the C,
Mhm.
that's the, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah.
Montague, that's the name.
Dr. Montague,
All of
yes.
that. That was from everybody's point of view and perspective, something that Gladys did, not something that Selena did, which is also true. Selena didn't do that.
No, I think that's where Selena is actually, to me, that's her worst offense toward the Corinthos Corbin family is is making her give up that family business. To me as a family business.
They're not equal
Belong to
families.
Sasha, but no, I don't that I think that's a big cross. Big cross.
Soap News continues to hate Sonny Corinthos and diminish the power he has in Port Charles
Well, I'm just not a bit surprised to hear
by
that.
saying by saying he runs one of the families and Selena runs another one.
Yes.
You know, so and that's true.
think
That's
I
true.
think
But it's like running countries, okay? Like there's somebody that runs Fiji. There's somebody that runs the United States. It might be the same person for all I know because I don't know geography. Is Fiji a territory? I don't know. Anyway, somebody runs that country. Somebody runs this country. But they're big and different, even if they make their own independent choices. Uh,
Well, I hope there's something really cool that happens for sweeps in November because I really can't think of a storyline that can really, really conclude without a shock at the end that is cool enough for sweeps.
they might just be avoiding it entirely, and the big thing that we're going to get is maybe some sort of Eddie development. Eddie
Oh,
Meddy development.
well, that's definitely going to happen. That's going to be part of the greatness of the Thanksgiving for the
Why
Quartermain this
else would
year.
they have
Is
all? Why would what?
it's going to be Ned.
Just why else would that house be so full right now with such fun characters? Lois and
And
Yuri are so just funny. Look at us just jumping all over the place. They're super fun. We
that's what
love
we
them.
do.
We,
Olivia.
anyway, anyway. No more Quartermains. We've been talking for over an hour, so we got to make sure that we talk about other stuff.
Well, we gotta make sure we talk about Nina and
Yeah, we got
Carly
to
and
Nina, and all that.
all
Did we
that,
say
and
everything that we
Michael
wanted
and all
to
that.
about what we have been talking about? Talking enough about Selena? Yeah, covered it. We covered it. We covered it. Okay. Oh, Diane and Robert, they remain cute.
They were.
They
She's
remain
Killer
cute.
Miller there. I
She
love
sure
her.
is.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll have a little a second chance for Robert. He better not blow it.
When it sweeps, asked Chandra, could they do a Jackie Zeman tribute? But then I don't think that they're going to be able to knock out a Jackie Zeman tribute by November sweeps. Not if, not unless they just have had it ready to go,
No.
But what I can do is I can see if, I can ask around and see if I can find out if there's plans or progress.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's something I can see if I can do for y'all. No promises on getting an answer. But
So
anyway,
they'll certainly do one at some point. But
Yeah, yeah,
hopefully soon.
I do
I'm looking
know,
forward to see it like everybody else is.
with reasonable certainty that they were waiting for the strike to be over. The writer strike, at least.
Yeah.
Actor strike, I don't think really having much of an impact on soaps because everybody is still internet code. But if they don't fix it by February or whenever that thing expires, I don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, you're welcome, Chandra. You're so welcome. I'm going to do my best. No promises. Anyway, so yeah, we can
So
talk about them.
Nina was on cloud nine. So we didn't talk about her last week because we didn't podcast. So Nina was on cloud nine. She had gotten everything, you guys, hadn't she?
Married,
Got her
dancing
man.
with the
She got Mike,
kids.
Sunny Mike.
Willow's here.
Everyone's there. Her man's there. He's happy, happy too. Happy, happy. Got Christina there. The little girls. And the little girls were adorable.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Well, Wiley and Donna. So cute.
Yes.
And so Nina's so happy, right? And I loved her dress. I did.
Then Michael gave her the stink face.
Michael gave her the stink face at the end. They all went back home, and
he's like, I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell her. And then someone, I don't remember who he was talking to because it was 1,000 years ago now. And they're like, don't. He's like, all right. And he marched right in there and was
I'm kind of surprised, actually, how Michael. It's a very Quartermain kind of response, actually, how he's responding to this with a blackmail and control.
Yeah.
That's the route he's decided to go.
Yeah, he's a blackmailer now.
In the end, of course, in the very end of the story, which is going to be an arc, that's going to piss Willow off.
Oh, Willow's going to be very unhappy.
Willow's going to be very unhappy.
Michael thinks that he's doing the right thing to whatever, but really he's separating himself from Willow. So it's going to be trouble for them. That happy couple might be headed to disaster.
They will have some trouble going forward, yes.
She's going to be like, I can't believe you did this, Michael. You're not the man I think you are. What do you mean? I've always done these sort of things. I blackmailed Jack. I pressured a politician into pressing charges against Nina. I've done these things the entire time. I made up who I thought you were.
And, all this time, Michael has been saying, and he's pretty much, been true of what he said, that he was going to support any decision that she made.
Yeah.
Based on the truth that she knew.
Well,
now he's going to keep the truth from her. And she's not really making her decision, not knowing that big piece of news about her mom, Nina.
Yeah.
I think ultimately she might forgive her ultimately, but it would take some time. And I guess Harmony is trying to warn her about her Nina, and she.
I think that Harmony was trying to warn her about Michael. That's what it's going to turn out to be.
Not
Nina.
Why else would it be such a quiet secret? But this can't.
Like if they wanted, if it would,
I just can't imagine Michael knowing this and keeping it to himself for very long.
I really don't know. It's General Hospital.
Maybe they'll just delay it till 2 or 3 weeks for sweeps, and that'll be part of it.
Yeah,
the real truth. Everybody knows the truth, and Drew's out of jail.
Nell isn't dead. Don't lie to me, Melissa.
Everybody is Team Nina or Team Carly, of course.
Right. Well, we can't not talk about Nina as a response to Michael's words, because it's not like she wilted like a delicate flower or anything. She's like, I got off scot-free. I did these things. Now, I think this might have been what Angela was referring to earlier when it came to changing history to support today's arguments on GH. It's something about somebody knowing something before somebody died, but then they really knew after they died. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think Carly found out that Nell was Nina's
Carly found out that Nell's daughter. I think that she was Nina's daughter after the fact of her being dead.
Fact, but then they were talking this week about like how.
But and Nina's big defense for that always was, well, if I would have known earlier, somehow, some way,
I could have changed it.
I could have changed it.
Yeah. Nell was dead when Carly found out she was Nina's. Well, we also only have this one
You
point of view
know,
as
and
well. Maybe
Nina
maybe Nina was just screaming and getting things factually incorrect.
and you know, I don't know. I don't like Nina. I've never liked Nina.
I know. Not in this story, at
And
least.
and I was kind of like, whatever. I just thought she was crazy before,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't like her because she picked on little Aiden.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like her because she defended Charlotte
Yes.
back in when she was, when Michelle was Nina.
Yeah. 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 You always like some good
Yeah.
soap
And
violence.
my biggest thing with Nina, what makes me not like her, and she still, she self sabotages all the time now.
Mm-hmm.
But, the last thing that I think that she really did wrong was not tell Sonny's kids he was alive. That, and I set them aside from Carly even.
Mm-hmm.
His kids was the bigger deal for me.
Yeah.
Don't do that to his children. It's the most hideous thing that you can do, I thought.
I
So
didn't
she
know.
don't get a whole lot of grace from me because of that kind of stuff. And now since then, I don't think she's done anything terribly
She
wrong.
called the
Really,
SEC.
the SEC thing is, but I mean, like, before she did,
It was petty, not
it
exactly
was petty.
wrong.
Yeah, it was petty. So, but as far as her troubles coming on her, most of it is just her self-sabotaging at this point.
Yeah. 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 Um. Chandra likes Cynthia Watros's version of Nina over Michelle Stafford's. Interestingly enough, so this is what I think about it. I think that if Michelle Stafford was still playing Nina, she would come off far more villainous in this story than she has come off. I think because
Yes,
it is Cynthia Watros, I find her to be more sympathetic of an actress, somebody that
I think so too.
and I don't want
I
to.
don't think Cynthia making Ava go into labor and delivering that baby would
Mm-hmm.
have the same punch. Cynthia would have the same punch that
Yeah,
Michelle did
yeah, yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
that was correct. That was Heather crazy. That whole part, that whole storyline, that was
Mm-hmm.
Heather crazy, but it was Nina doing it.
Because I think that Cynthia, or excuse me, Michelle Stafford had a more deliberate villainy to
She
her
did, and she
than Cynthia
she was a
Watros
more
brings.
she was more apt to strike faster.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that she would come off as more of a villain if this was Michelle Stafford, and this is just a very different Nina now than we had before. And the people who make the show, at least I can't say the show, but the people who
Mm-hmm.
make the show do not shy away from being like, well, that was Michelle Stafford's Nina.
Exactly.
Like just
Sure.
take her as different now. Please take her as different.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, um,
And I find that, unless it's like of someone that's coming in for a few days, that someone's ill or someone, had to be out of there for and a little replacement comes in.
mm-hmm,
Well, I don't mind them trying to mimic the actor. But if it's a new face and that other person is gone, you're not going to see more scenes from them. I don't want to. I don't want to copy. I don't.
mm-hmm,
I want
mm-mm.
them to be different. I love the fact that that Adam Husk as Nicholas is not a thing like Marcus.
No, no, no. Well, Marcus Columbus' interpretation of Nicholas was unlike any other interpretation of
It
Nicholas that we
was.
had seen on the show so far. And that was very purposeful from our understanding, or my understanding as well. Like he was very much like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
bringing my own entire energy to this. I'm taking
Mm-hmm.
this for what I think it should be, not what anybody has ever done. You know, which is what not Huss's
And I don't think
approach.
it was. I don't think that Mark. I thought this is what I liked about Marcus's approach. It made him believably, even though they weren't mimicking each other at all. But the way he spoke and his deliverance of the character made him very believable to related to Valentine for me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, with that being the Cassadine example on the show, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that.
Yeah.
It's just he, um, they
And Uncle
folded it.
Victor too, actually.
They folded it into the character a little bit because Coloma's interpretation and performance of Nicholas seemed less capable, less able,
Mm-hmm.
less. I don't know. I don't know exactly the right thing to say. Just less capable of pulling these things off.
Less physical, I think, for sure.
Definitely less physically imposing for sure. Far
Yeah.
less intimidating physically.
Yes.
Absolutely. And that might be something that the character needs more so than they might have thought the character needed at the time.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know. Lots of different decisions and meetings and talks and discussions happen when it comes to making these choices.
I would imagine. Lots
Hmm.
and lots and lots.
At this point, Nina has gone after Michaela's father. I think she might mean Michael's. Michael's father, his child, and his wife, and his mother. I can't blame Michael for wanting to keep Nina in check. She's basically a wild animal, ripping his life apart, says
Well,
Melissa.
I'm not a Nina
I
fan.
mean, it
I
really is your
don't.
point of view. It really is. What
You
is
know.
brilliant about this story is that they are both so wrong and both so right. It
Mhm.
really, really, really is. Which character have you liked more, or which character do you hate less? You know?
Now I'm not saying at all that Carly, I don't blame Carly for the nail thing that too much when it comes to Nina. Should she have told her as soon as she found out? Yeah, as soon as she found out, and she didn't. Um, but I don't. But Carly absolutely should have told her about Willow from the day she found out, even
Yeah.
though Nina had done the whole Mike thing, the Nixon Falls thing, and all that. Even though
Mm-hmm.
because Carly should have been the better woman and just told her. But that's not good soap opera.
No, no, you gotta keep these secrets. You have to.
But yes, so, as I watch the show, yeah, I think Carly is absolutely wrong for
Mm-hmm.
what she did when it comes to the whole Willow
Yeah,
mom thing.
yeah, just
And
once you
had Willow not ever gotten sick, would she have kept that underneath her hat?
forever.
Probably.
Absolutely, forever.
As long as she could until something else got in the way of
Yes.
it where she had to, but absolutely. So I don't think Carly's like the shining star next to the evil Nina.
The opinions of Angela might not represent those of Soap Opera News in which she is chatting under.
but but at the same time though, I love Carly and I like her at Kelly's more than I thought I would.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's brought Carly back down to earth and she's like really jumped into a pair of
Well,
shoes for Spencer. I like it.
you gotta give my mom her hotel back. What if she doesn't want it? Well, she's like, nah, I'm cool.
Well, no, this is what I think should happen. I think that Michael should make Willow give it to him,
Hmm.
as to keep quiet. Give it to him.
And then what? And then what?
Well, he would just say, I don't want you to have my mom's hotel, and I think it belongs to her grandchildren.
Sure. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? Nobody cares. My
Well,
family can move
we
out and
all
nobody
care a
would
little
care.
bit, or we wouldn't watch on Monday.
I
We all
mean,
care
I
a little bit.
guess I do care. I do. I care too much. I care more than I'm willing to admit. Really. Like, I'd be
But
sad. I'd be sad if I didn't have a soap to watch anymore. I'd be very
yeah,
sad.
but I thought, I really thought at first that the walls would just come tumbling down on Nina. That's not going to be the
No.
case. She's going to
No.
feel the walls closing in on her. But
Yeah, I mean, so if they
I
were to
think
just rip the band-aid off, so to speak, then we would just sincerely just putting everything right back where it just was. So
I
you got
don't
you got to
think,
push it in a way.
yeah, I don't think that Sonny is going to necessarily find out that it was Nina until sweeps week.
Mm-hmm. Even if even then, because I don't know how important they even find sweeps anymore.
That's true.
Because
Sweeps means a lot different than it used to.
it used to set ad revenue and really like set these shows apart with which ones are the strongest and most popular, and it's just not like that anymore.
No, I don't think it has a business reason anymore, actually. It has
It
a
doesn't seem
storyline
to.
reason because fans expect sweeps.
It's not even fans expect. Well, yeah, yeah. That's that. Yes, yes. And let me not say not that because it is that. And I think when it comes to just responsible storytelling, you need certain tentpole times to
Oh, I
aim
think so.
for. When it comes to a big blow off, a big change, a big development. Otherwise, what are you working toward? If you don't know what you're working toward, you get General Hospital. Oh gosh.
And the only thing we didn't talk about was Finn and Elizabeth, but me.
Well, I mean, it just depends on if you like them. Vermont's beautiful, I mean, they're a fine
Yeah.
couple. They're satisfying love in the afternoon is what they're doing. All of these entities out there, all of these people are going, oh, where's my romance? Where's my love? Where's this? How come everybody's in such turmoil? It's try figure out watching Finn and Elizabeth. That's where you're getting it.
Yeah. Well, my most fun scenes, I like the scenes where, I like anything scene that JoJo's in. I like the scenes when they're a family. And I like the scenes where they're acting like Robin
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
remember trying to find a broom closet. I like that kind of stuff. But I guess they're supposed to go to Vermont and have a good time, though, right? They're supposed
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, they're gonna go there and have a good time.
Yeah.
They're gonna lick jam
Last
off each
time
other's
they went on
fingers.
vacation together, Scotty fell out of the
Scotty fell
sky.
out of the sky. They're gonna run into Wyatt, the Cub Scout out there. Like he's a Boy Scout now.
Yeah.
Finn and Elizabeth arguing about departure time was cute, says Melissa. See, there it is, folks. If you want your love, you gotta watch Finn and Elizabeth.
Well, right now you can watch Sunny and Nina because they're pretty lovey-dovey right now still.
They do love each other right now, and I don't. And
Oh,
you,
they love
you
each other a
remember
lot.
how Sunny would, when Dev died, and Sunny was like, you know.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
Yeah.
So Nina's gonna be like, I have something to tell you. I'm so sorry. I called the FCC, and he's gonna be like, okay. Carly didn't go to jail. Who gives a crap? I don't like Drew.
Yeah.
You didn't figure this out yet? I can't stand Drew. He pretended to be Jason this whole time. He couldn't remember that he wasn't Jason. It doesn't matter. I didn't remember I wasn't Sunny and I wasn't running around taking somebody else's life. I started a new one.
That's funny, man. I like it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I was told that if Maurice Bernard ever saw my impression, he wouldn't be thrilled. Maybe that
Maybe
person's
he won't.
wrong.
Perhaps he wouldn't. I
Maybe
think
he
that's
would love it.
You think he would love it?
Maybe he would. Maybe he'd be like, oh, that was good.
I
Oh, wow.
think
Hey, wow, look at you. You're just like me.
Maurice Bernard would make it all. It would be
Wait, let me
100%
see.
situational.
Sir,
When did you do it? Where did you do it?
what did
Who
you
was that?
say? How did
Absolutely.
everybody else around me react to it?
Yes, all that.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so funny because Melissa continues to type about Cody and I haven't read any of it yet. And it's just fun because it comes through and she misspells Cody so often. No shade, no hate, but it's been spelled in so many different ways. It's come across the chat. It's just made me smile. Cody, Kobe.
Well, he better
Oh.
tell his dad that his dad is his dad pretty soon. They bring it up a lot lately.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about
It's
like
like everybody
it.
but Mac knows too. So
Yeah, pretty much.
it maybe
Alicia doesn't know yet.
perhaps that'll be a
Alicia knew.
Thanksgiving thing. The Scorpios are having a Thanksgiving and they're like, oh man, if only there was one more. And then the door knocks and there's Cody with the turkey.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Dad. I knew it the whole time, son. Get in here.
Or this would be cute. So Cody's over at the Q's doing the pizza thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I really want to go over the Scorpios. And he takes a pie over there.
Mm-hmm.
And it just so happens there's no electricity over there in that part of Port Charles.
It's a pizza Thanksgiving for all of Port Charles. Everybody gets one.
And I was happy to see Lisa come back this week. I hope something else is going to happen for Lisa.
Because it's like you're reading the chat. I know you're not, but it's like you're reading the chat.
Not.
Because they were just talking about when are they going to tell, when is Cody Mack going to when's that story moving on, and you started talking about it, and then Melissa shouts, Liesel's back, and then you start talking about Liesel.
Well, I guess we're on the same wavelength, you guys.
Now that she's back, we got to reach out to Kathleen Caddy again as well.
I know.
Liesel's back.
Now that Liesel's back.
And she's starting a whole new leaf. Just a fresh start.
Yeah.
I feel like a whole new woman.
Well, she needs to go home and slap the crap out of Scotty.
She's not with Scotty anymore. It doesn't matter.
Well, no, but they're going to get back together.
Why?
I don't know why.
She doesn't need to step into that old life. She's a fresh new woman now. She's got to start new. She's got to
That's
find a new
true. She
man.
did go to that spa and
A
get
new man named
rejuvenated,
Jackson
didn't she?
Montgomery.
Oh, I like that.
You know, yeah, it just doesn't,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like it's in the stars for Scotty and Liesl anymore. As fun as they were, they didn't really take advantage of how fun they could be, and I'm fine.
Yeah, so
I'm
their
fine
run
now.
is over, huh?
Yeah, I'm fine
Their
now.
run is over.
Yeah, apparently Scotty is just a loser now, like just a loser, just the biggest of losers.
Well,
I
he
keep my
says he's
practice
just
and
a
open.
one-time fee for with Cyrus. Now you only know he's going to be on retainer. Shut up.
Of course, he's going to continue to. I still need your services, Mr. Baldwin.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was a good Mac imitation. Thank you very much, Rachel. I don't work on it. It just comes out and I try my best in the moment. The best way to be successful is to not practice. Let me tell you that. I think that's something that Chandra teaches all of her students too. If you want to be good at something, don't work on it. That is not what Chandra teaches. Chandra teaches you great ways to stay organized and put your best self forward. That's what Chandra does. Reach out to her if you want some help in pushing your career to the future. She's a job Jedi. She is. Chandra, will you find me a job doing this? I just want to do this. You know how comfortable I am right now, just sitting down, looking at the screen, just talking. Wouldn't it be great to make $1,500 every time I did this? Make this happen for me, Chandra. Please. Please. I'll be on the radio in your local station. I'll be broadcast. I'll be syndicated. Syndicate me. Well, technically, I'm already syndicated because anybody in the world can watch this. We're syndicated.
We are?
Can you imagine a Matt and Cat radio show, morning show, where we just wake up and go over the headlines and celebrity news?
We'd be great at.
How fun would it be?
And that's a great gig for us because you don't even you just have to be able to talk about what came across the table at the time. You don't have to know a gosh darn thing.
Can you imagine having a staff and a crew that just slide things across your table? They just hand you something. You're like, oh, look at that. Oh, sad news in Hollywood. We lost 2 stars yesterday. 2 sitcom stars passed away, and then we could riff on that.
Yeah.
Well, talk about Night Court and Friends.
There wasn't 2, but there was 1.
There's 2, yeah. So Matthew Perry passed, and so did the guy that played the bull guy on Night Court.
Oh, yeah. He played Bull.
Yeah.
That was his name.
Yeah, the bald guy.
I don't remember his name, but I remember the show and his
Mull, not Martin Mull, but like something Mull.
Like Mullen or something.
Moll was his last. Mole. Moll was his last name. I know that.
Yeah. And then of course,
Richard Mole. Thank you very much, Melissa.
And I'm real, like I said to you, I said, and with Days of Our Lives being so far ahead, they made some funny little MP Matthew Perry, thing, which was very funny. But I hope but they could always edit it and pull it out if they wanted to. If there's any, since they're filmed so far ahead, I don't want to hear anything about the magic penis being Matthew Perry.
Maybe perhaps they can edit around because it's all digitally filmed. Nothing's been printed and pressed and canned anymore. It's just on a hard drive ready to be broadcast. So hopefully, maybe they can work around it, dub something, or just, edit around that particular dialogue. Chandra reminds us as well, Richard Roundtree as well, who was the original Shaft.
Oh,
so those will be your 3 if you subscribe
3.
to that superstition.
There's 3. We hear it far too often, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, is it yes and no? Like, it's always tragic, but then also at the same time, it's a planet with 7 billion people, and folks pass away every day. And these were 2 elderly, and 1 question. Jury is still out as to exactly what happened.
Yeah, he's only 54.
Yeah, but very famous for abusing his body with drugs and alcohol, which can have a heavy impact on somebody over the years.
And sure, and this setting in which they found him is precarious too.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it all comes out. Everything is very quick. He was on an NBC soap, Generations, too. Richard Roundtree, I believe, is what Chandra was talking about.
Okay.
So there we go. There we go. What a happy note to end 10th floor on. Goodbye,
Well,
everybody.
well, no, but I think it's good to acknowledge that though.
Chandra, $1.99 sent to the super chat. Thank you very much, Chandra. Chandra on top of this. On top of this each and every week. We really appreciate you for that. And so do the kids. The kids need the support to go back and stay in school. You know, it's not like, oh man, too many kids are dropping out of class. It's not that. It's not to prevent high school kids from not getting their diploma. It is literally to give access to kids who might have struggles, legitimate, real struggles, standing
To
between
get to
them
school.
and being able to get to school, whether it be transportation or any other different circumstances.
Hmm.
And that is what attendanceworks.org focuses on eliminating.
Yes.
And I'm not just talking about transportation only. There's all sorts of different activities and research and outreach and all sorts of different things to instill the values into kids, the importance of school, of being there.
Hmm.
Because let me tell you, when you get junior or senior, a little bit more room to make your own choices because maybe you got your own wheels.
Hmm.
School it's kind of boring. Like you don't want to be there no more. So maybe, with attendanceworks.org, they will be given the necessary education tools to be given the core value of education. How about that for a
You know, this
soundbite?
this is a scenario that I would really love to see it really work for. Let's say you're right. Maybe your town doesn't have a bus, school bus,
Hmm.
or perhaps you're right on the edge of where you're still a mile away from school, but you don't qualify for a bus because you're actually 0.9 miles away from
Hmm.
school. And perhaps there's just no other way for you to get to school than hoof it. Yes, maybe there's no other way for you to get there.
Yeah.
There's no one there to walk with you. That to me, that's at risk.
Yeah.
And
And just
attendance,
yeah.
just making sure that there's a way for them to get there in a way that doesn't put them in some kind of unfortunate situation.
Yeah, and Chandra says that every dollar counts, and that's true. Every dollar does count, especially when
Absolutely.
it comes to trying to battle this in the United States. It's an interesting issue in the United States because we are such a resourceful country. We're such a rich country. That accessibility to school should be a lot easier than it is. We're not having to swing across a rope, over a raging river like we've seen on some of these Netflix documentaries of kids who have to just go through all sorts of dangers just to get to class,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Um, so yeah, every dollar does count because it's really solvable here. We don't have to redirect a river,
right,
We just gotta make sure a bus gets to the right corner. So
right.
anyway, Melissa says that's
Yeah,
location discrimination. It probably is. It probably is, and that's why charities like attendancework.org exist. So
yes.
this stuff can get the spotlight it
You know,
needs.
and COVID didn't do
But
anybody
isn't it
anything.
isn't it just like an assumption? It's just an assumption that people go to school. Well, it's time to go to school. But you know what? If I had a kid, right, I wouldn't know even how to get them into school. I don't know how to register a kid to school. Do you call the school? You're like, hey, I've got a child. They're going to come to your fall class. You can't tell me no. Like, how does that work? I don't even know. Like, I know how to register for college. I did that. And they were like, okay, cool, you're in. Now pick a class. And if the class was full, I couldn't go. But hey, if a city has this many kids,
Yeah.
there's this fun movie, and we're totally, we're gonna get on this elevator soon. There's this movie on Amazon called Totally Killer, which is a lot of fun. It's about a modern day person, teenager who goes back in time to the late '80s, I think it is. It's like a Back to the Future, but there's a slasher,
Hmm.
you know. And so he goes back in time and interacts with her parents to prevent her parents from getting killed. Um,
Oh, I think
it's
I
fun.
heard of this
It's
show.
fun. It's a movie and it's super fun. It's worth your time. Go ahead and watch it. But one thing that they really illustrated was the difference in how safe it was publicly.
Oh,
Like just the believability of the people. Now, of course, it was inflated to a
mm,
fantastical degree, But
Right.
she was always blown away with just being able to walk into anywhere and pretty much do whatever she wanted, and people would be like, "Oh, what's going on?" You know, like, she went into amusement park and was like, "Hey, it's break time," uh, and he's like, "Great, you don't have to tell me twice. Shut down the right and left." And she's like so bewildered over the fact that she obviously didn't work there, and he listened. He's like, "What? What are you gonna do?" Walks away. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sure it would have been much better if it was more thought out, but it wasn't.
You was just telling us about something you
I was
enjoyed.
just talking. I was just trying to make a point. I'm trying to do a show here. You know, it's just, it is what it is. What it is, what it is. Chandra says that she teaches 2 college classes and 18 of 24 students missed the first day last Friday. Let's support them early on.
Yeah. Wow.
18 of 24 didn't come to the first class
Wow.
because they're just like, what? The first day is a Friday. I'm not coming to that. What am I going to miss? The syllabus?
Yeah, I would imagine
That's
that's
why.
where
That's why
that.
Chandra
I'm
needs to start
sure that's where the.
doing a test day one. All right, okay, Chandra, test. They missed the test. What's the
Yeah, they
test
did.
on? Well, whatever we've learned so
Quiz,
far.
kids.
All right, this pop quiz is what do you already know about the subject before we start? That's what the test is on. And yeah, I'm going to grade it. If you're wrong, you get an F. Okay? It's going in the book. And you know why? Because I had too many people not come to my first class. I went out to dinner last night, and the waiter confiscated the card. They're like, "Oh, give me your card. I got to open up a tab." And I said, "A tab? I'm not drinking. I don't need a tab, right?" And they're like, "No, no, no. But give me the card. We do this." And I'm like, "Well, are you gonna give me your card back?" And they're like, "Yeah, when you're ready to cash out, I'll give you your card back." And I'm like, "But I'm here eating seafood. I don't quite understand this. What's going on here? Why are you holding my card hostage?" And it was because that restaurant just had too many people eating and
Dine and
going.
dash. Yep.
And so they
Dine
said,
and dash.
"Okay, give me your card now. When you're ready to pay, we'll give it back. You can pay whenever you want. Whenever you can pay right now. You have placed your order. If you want to pay for it, you may. And I'll give you your
Mm-hmm.
card back."
Yeah.
Wild.
Well, that's just the world we live in now. You can't blame that restaurant owner for,
No,
even
no.
though it's intrusive and I don't like it.
It was
I hate
bewildering.
it, but I totally understand.
Bewildering. Bewildering to me. But yeah,
And
totally get it. Yeah.
it's good. We
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Folks don't have regard for one another anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, Chandra did say that they lost 10 points from in-class assignments. So, boom, boogity boom. You are starting at a negative
There you
10.
go.
How do you feel about that? And you know what? You know what? The first assignment is only worth 5 points. That means you're oh my God, you're in a negative deficit for 2 assignments. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Well, I would imagine there might be a couple of the students that may have effect on their decision next time. Maybe they should have been there on the first day.
That's right. All right. Now that you're adults
Hopefully,
in college, you have to make adult college decisions.
it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter how old you are. Choices and consequences are right there.
Anyway, folks, we're going to get on the elevator, and this is your last opportunity to donate to the Super Chat live right now. It's the heart with the little dollar sign on it. Now, anything that's given to this video over the next 2 weeks, as well, because people who do comments can also do Super Chats and all kinds of fun stickers and all kinds of different ways to just interact with the channel and donate to not only us to keep the show going and improve the equipment and just increase the display. It's naked today, mods. It's nothing but you and me because I accidentally did some stuff on my computer that made all the cool stuff go away, and I wouldn't do those things if I had a couple of dollars.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to make the computer run faster.
I only see that when I look back at us.
Yeah.
I don't see
I was trying to make the computer run faster, and I wound up getting rid of files that I shouldn't have because I'm dumb.
Okay. You were just trying to make your computer more efficient.
But if I wasn't trying to make my computer better, then I would never have done that, and I wouldn't have to make my computer better if I had another one, and it can come from viewers like you. This is PBS now. Viewers,
yes,
like you. James Led Jr. did a couple of telethons recently, and that was fun. That was fun to see because people popped in. Now there was like a special guest roundtable of just extravaganza funness. I think those videos are still up. You should check them out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's it. That's enough. I'm not begging for money anymore. Beggar. That's what I am now. Just begging.
A beggar.
Beggar. No, I'm kidding. I'm just letting you know that you can now. I was so excited to get those emails. Super Chat. Ooh, because of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's it. I'm out of here. Get on the elevator. Go back
Yep.
down to the first floor. Get in the parking garage. Mason is getting... Oh, thank you, Melissa. Feed the beast. Thank you for your donation. You don't have to worry about Mason. He's busy getting suffocated right now. He's not a danger to anybody at this very moment in time.
But Cyrus is at a jail.
But Cyrus is at a jail.
If you can.
But he's being more secretive about things right now.
Yes, he
You
is.
don't got to worry about it. Just go to your
not ready to
car.
strike
Just go to
yet.
your car. Just go to your car. Just go to your car. Turn your radios to previous episodes of the 10th Floor, which you can find on all of your favorite podcasting platforms, as well as Alexa. You can find her on there. I don't know how to get on satellite radio yet, but that would be fun. Oh my God, that would be fun. But we're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Google Play, Google Podcasts. We're on, goodness gracious, Stitcher. We're on, I said Spotify already. We're on iHeartRadio. These are all places that I proliferated the show. I worked on it, so it's very easy to find. And if you can't find it, you can find us on Twitter, or X as you want to call it, at 10th Floor GH. You can reach out to us at any time to join the conversation about soaps, about TV, about entertainment, about fun, whatever. Just reach out to us.
And I don't think we got any wacky times coming up real soon either.
No, I think we're pretty much on schedule for the foreseeable future, at least until, what day is Christmas? Is it a Sunday? No, it's Christmas Eve is a Sunday, so that might be fun. I don't know what we're doing. Anyway.
Yeah, we
might be broadcasting.
Might be able to pull off Christmas Eve.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, I don't even know. Maybe I'll be out there. Anyway. Folks, like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you haven't, and comment on comments that have been left. Leave the conversation. Keep the conversation going is what I'm trying to say. But beyond that, I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And we'll catch you next time right here on the 10th Floor. Goodbye, everybody.